na tayo sa Valentic Faces. And Rengar Galio and actually Camille is going to be taken out by BLT Esports, who won the first round. So, basically, isang round na lang kailangan nila and they're gonna be moving forward sa ating playoffs. And Elorde Flash actually banned out that Lulu, Brand, and also the Renekton.
Wala, nakikinig ako sa kanila. But anyways, this is gonna be the second game. Interesting pick. Lulu was banned. Well, it's a good support actually. Masakit sa ulo talaga si Lulu kapag na-pick off siya. But still, Riven, again, mapipick siya dito sa second game. It's all, actually, BLT, Elorde Flash yung gumamit nung Riven yung first game, diba? So ngayon, BLT Esports is going to use Elorde with Ari naman dun sa middle lane. Now, we're picking in for a Kai'Sa, which is kanina sinabi nga ni Vittorio, na item dependent si Kai'Sa and kailangan up close siya. So, tignan natin kung ano yung magandang support for Kai'Sa ba? What do you think? Good support for Kai'Sa?
They actually picked up Brom already and actually maganda naman ang synergy nila ni Brom. And, But one of the questionable picks here is we are seeing action actually being picked up. And I think they're actually gonna field an action mid. And sa mga ganitong lineups kasi, if they're not gonna be picking up a mage, it's gonna be very, very difficult for them to get some damage into the late game. Mages are, utility-wise, they can do a lot of damage even in the early parts of the game. And usually, they have the AoEs. Di katulad na we're gonna pick up the action mid, who's just gonna be a single target hero. So it's gonna be difficult for them in the late game unless they're actually gonna be very, very ahead against BLT Esports. But BLT Esports actually fielding a very, very balanced team. They have a lot of crowd controls on their side. Charms coming in from Ari, stuns coming in from Riven, Dimashin Standard, Cataclysm, Tidal Waves coming in from Nami, and also the standard side coming in from Raven. There's a lot of crowd controls to look out for. And Elorde Flash is actually leaning to more on 1v1s in their kind of composition. They need to get those pickoffs early or else in the late game, I don't see them winning those 5v5s.
Especially ngayon that we've seen the Draven pick, which is early pa lang. Malakas na talaga si Draven as an ADC plus ang support niya dito si Nami. I'm very much excited kung sino ba talaga mananalo dun sa duo lane. And as well as na sinabi talaga, may pa ganun. As well as na sinabi talaga ni Vittorio nga, pang 1v1 nga naman yung side ng Elorde Flash. But let's see if they're going to be aggressive onto the early and mid game. The only thing naman na pwede nilang gawin dun is that they can secure all the objectives like Scuttler, tapos magandang warding capability kasi we saw naman BLT Esports, they like to, roam around in the map, especially in the early to mid game. But anyways, guys, this is gonna be the second game of the best of 3 series. Elorde Flash going against BLT Esports and they're going in to the mid. Ayan na, nakita na natin yung mid startup nila.
Yeah, actually, beneficial to pag meron kang Brom. Once you connect your skills, you just need to proc the passives and that usually results to a first blood. And actually, BLT Esports knows these kinds of strategies, so they're not actually going in for the death rush, but they're going for a marksman mid.
Yes,
and Ari is gonna be being fielded into the dragon. We're gonna see a 3-man invade coming in from Elorde Flash. This is going to be a disaster for that Jar of the Fort.
No.
This is gonna be a first blood, and they take the red dragon plus the Jar of the Fort.
Elorde Flash now is in the game. Talaga naman nag-gank na sila ngayon dito sa may jungle side. The communication was not on point on the side of BLT Esports. Yun yung sinasabi kanina ni Kuya Vittorio na kailangan talaga ng communication para sa game. Kasi kung meron missing sa mid or sa lanes nyo, kailangan nyo agad sabihin yan sa teammates nyo para naman hindi kayo agad nag-gank. And especially, early, the ward nga naman doon sa may mid, kaya na nag-straight up na sila doon sa jungle
That's going to be some exchanges for BLT Esports. BLT Esports actually is going to be behind in terms of their jungle actually being taken out as a first blood. And that's going to be positional mistake for them, and that is going to be a flash
Yum.
trying to secure in some
nice
kills,
charm.
and that is going to be a lot of damage coming in from Ari. They're going to be trading out Nami for Kaisa, and that's not a good trade. Your carry is going to be out, and that's also action being taken out with the Draven dealing a lot of minimal damage.
Dude, the thing is about Draven talaga is masakit talaga yung basic attack niya from the early game. Kaya naman dapat talaga marunong kang dumistansya sa isang Draven. As you can see, nakapatay nga siya dun. And now they're securing the Scuttler. Yun yung mga sinasabi ko sa inyo na kailangan talaga ma-secure. And BLT ngayon, they're back in the game as well. Konti lang naman yung inangat nilang gold because nagkaroon sila ng kill doon. But let's see what they're going to do right now. Since nakita natin dito yung wards ng BLT Esports, they have it on the tri-brush, saka yung entrance ng jungle dito, which is a good thing, actually. Doon naman sa side ng Elorde Flash is yung entrance din ng jungle nila, plus dun sa may blue buff nila.
Yeah, and that is going to be a ward actually spotting out J4 here in the top lane. And Jarvan the Fort is not going to be able to gank the top lane, while we're seeing the members of Elorde Flash actually into the backside of the members here in the bottom lane. And we're seeing the Braum going in. Unbreakable is going to be there. Action is also going to be in the bubble. But that's not going to be enough to get that Ari. But Nami is going to be falling as well. Standard side is going to be used. Cataclysm is going to be there. And that is going to be a lot of normal attacks. And that clash has been overturned by BLT Esports. That's going to be a 2-for-1 exchange in the bottom lane.
Sometimes, you know, it's really hard if you're gonna use the ultimate of J4 here. Nakulong siya together with the Draven here. Ayan, makikita natin dito sa may highlights. Wala na talaga siya nagawa doon. Para nag-sacrifice na siya. But the charm was really on point here by Carry. Napakaganda nung charm na ginawa doon ng isang Ari. And na-turn around ng BLT Esports. Now, it's kind of tie. Hindi lang na nakabawi doon yung Elorde. But still, the score is 3-4. Still good, and 19 seconds bago magkaroon ng DR. I think there's gonna be a good clash here kasi kompleto naman sila dito. Or they might trade the Rift Herald.
Yeah, this is one of the problems of having a Kaisa in your team. You don't really have the luxury to have the range against the other marksmen. And even against Ari, he's gonna be definitely gonna be having a harder time because of the crowd controls and also the damage that I can deal in the distance. And with the damage scale coming in from the Draven, it's very, very scary to think. But that is going to be the ultimate being popped up by the Braum. There's also going to be action using his ultimate as well. Spinning wheel is going to be there. The bubble is going to have a 2-man knockup. And Jarvan the Fort is going to be taken out. But Riven gets a 3-man stun. And that deters Elorde Flash from getting the capitalization of getting that Jarvan the Fort.
I mean, Elorde Flash, it's a good thing na nag-contest sila doon from the Infernal Drake. There is a time for them to actually recall at magtalo ulit sila doon sa Drake ngayon. I'm pretty sure hindi nila ititrade yung Rift Herald. Nakita ko din yung team composition dito ng BLT Esports. Napakaganda nung turn skills nila, especially Nami after the bubble. Here comes the Draven to connect his damage skill. But let's see, they're going in again from that Infernal Drake, and I think this is gonna be a good call for the both teams.
Yes, that's gonna be the Damascus Sunger getting ahead. That's gonna be a 2-man Cataclysm. Braum is gonna be in the thick of it, but with the Unbreakable, he is almost able to minimize the damage coming in from BLT Esports, but the Infernal Drake is gonna be secured by BLT Esports with Riven getting the last hit. Sela is gonna be in danger. They are in the thick of it. Kaisa uses the Killer Instinct to finish off the Ari, but Riven is gonna be able to spot out Kaisa, and that is a 2-for-1 exchange. Plus, the Drake is going to BLT Esports. BLT Esports is capitalizing every clash.
Yeah, I think from the ultimate of the J4, it's not enough damage here. Wala nagpo-protect dito kay Kaisa. The thing is, she did Killer Instinct just to get a 1 kill, pero I think that's not a good call. Dapat siguro disengage na lang siya kasi ang hirap ng position dun eh. Hindi na naging successful dun yung Cataclysm ni J4. And now, Elorde Flash needs to secure this Rift Herald kahit man lang makapag-push sila because na-secure na yung Infernal Drake from the side of the BLT Esports and sunod-sunod na yung pagiging aggressive dito eh.
Yes, and that's gonna be the charm plus the 3-man knockup with the Nami.
Ooh.
The ultimate gets a 3-man knockup, but as well,
Wow.
but Darius's damage is not enough to get 1 kill. And Elorde Flash is also gonna lose this clash. And this is the problem. They already lost a lot of those 1v1 fights, 2v1s as well, and even the 5v5s. They are very, very lost right now. And the combo coming in from Nami gets a lot of crowd control time, not even letting Rain able to escape those kinds of situations, and this is going to be a problem now for Elorde Flash. They've been losing that first turret. The Dragon and even the Rift Herald is in the bags for BLT Esports.
You know, the thing about Darius is not efficient on the second game. He's kind of, I'm not sure if he's being pressured or what, but he cannot get any pick off from the side of BLT Esports. As you can see here, it's very aggressive. They're chasing in the Elorde Flash because they know there's not enough damage to be given from the Elorde Flash, and they're just pushing in, getting objectives, and they're very confident to actually pick off from the side of Elorde Flash since there is no crowd control dun sa side ng BLT Esports, guys. There is a lot. They have the Nami, they have the charm of Ari, plus the damage from the Draven. You know, kasi sa Elorde Flash, kasi parang isipin mo lang talaga pag nagkamali dito si Brom, it's hard to position. Especially dun sa sinabi ni Vittorio na kailangan talaga up close dito si Kaisa. And we all know na gap na din dito si Kaisa. She only have 6,000 gold. You know, compared to Draven, who has 8,000 gold lead.
There's already a lot of gold coming in from the Draven, especially a lot of the pickoffs was mainly because of the Draven's damage in the early parts. We're going to see a 3-man push on a tier 1 turret on the top lane, but they're going to be giving up the tier 2 turret in the bottom lane. And in the mid lane, we're seeing Draven actually barreling down and breeding into the front of Kaisa. He's not even able to get some exchanges in, and he is going to give out that tier 1 turret as well. Seeing a lot of the members from the bottom lane rotating into the mid lane forces that Kaisa to actually abandon his post. This is still going to be in BLT Esports' hand. They've been controlling well. The rotations are actually top-notch. We're not seeing a lot of brilliant plays except for the first pickoffs coming in from Elorde Flash. The only rotation that was really in favor of Elorde Flash was their early invade. And after that, there wasn't really anything brilliant on their rotation.
I just remember yung mga early days pa lang ng Wild Rift, kapag nag-early invade ka talaga sa jungle, sometimes nagugulo talaga yung niya yung rotation nyo. I don't know if sumpa yun dati. Basta naalala ko lang noon, yung mga unang-unang cast ko pa lang sa Wild Rift, kapag may nag-invade talaga nagugulo yung rotation. But as you can see, that's not the point because BLT Esports sumabay talaga sila sa aggressiveness ng Elorde dahil sinumalan nila from the early. Tama naman yung sinabi doon ng Vittorio, yun talaga yung highlights ng ginawa ng Elorde Flash. But as you can see here on the map, hawak-hawak na nila yung vision dito. They have the vision on the side of Elorde Flash. Although may vision din doon yung Elorde Flash, but I see here there's gonna be a commotion going on.
That's gonna be the Spirit Rush plus the Charm, but it's not gonna be enough. The Spinning Wheel is gonna be there. Also, not gonna get a hit. That's also a Proto Belt plus an Apprehend, and no one is gonna be caught onto that trap. Nice attempt coming in from Elorde Flash, but I think a better job coming in from BLT Esports because they avoided every kind of setups coming in from Elorde Flash. And Sila actually apprehends Riven. That's also going to be engaged coming in from that Sinzao, and Breakable is going to be used, blocking out the range attacks coming in from the members of BLT Esports, and that is going to be a disengage.
Yep, and yeah, they're just poking around just to push the top turrets, and let's see kung ano yung take dito ng Elorde Flash because they're trying to sustain the game. It's been 10 minutes. I think this is more faster. Like, it's becoming a one-sided game because the aggressiveness ng BLT Esports hindi kayang tapatan ngayon ng Elorde. Speaking of which, 8,000 na yun dito yung gold dito ni Kaisa. But, hindi pa rin talaga siya makakaano dun because meron ng 3 items dito si Draven and she's still trying to get more items para mas masakit yung damage niya. She already have the Blade of the Ruined King. Yun pa lang yung nabubuo niya, but she's trying to get a lot of objectives. Ang sa tingin ko dito, they have to protect the Kaisa para naman makakuha siya ng magandang positioning. But let's see, they're trying to do ward kasi alam naman nila yung warding capability dito ng BLT Esports is really something na nakakapag-gank sila. And let's see if they're going to get that Baron because si Riven naman dito nagpe-pressure siya dun sa bottom lane para lang mahiwalay dito yung ma-distract dito yung Elorde Flash.
Yes, and we're seeing the map actually being dominated by the members of BLT Esports. They already have the tower counts onto their side. So definitely even the gold is going to be there. With a lot of items is on that Draven, it's going to be very, very scary to think. If they're not going to be able to finish off the Draven in the early parts of the clash, definitely BLT Esports is going to win it. And that is going to be a Spirit Rush. Cataclysm is going to be there to catch up that Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao doesn't have Flash. That's going to be a 2-man bubble knockup. And also another re-engage. Look at the damage coming in from Raven, finishing off the members of Elorde Flash. And that is going to be BLT Esports wiping out the members of Elorde Flash. And I think we can say this is already a GG well played.
It is really because hindi nag-connect dun yung Brom as you can see onto the highlights and now they're taking in the second game like doing a merry-go-round classic Wild Rift moment. You're just gonna go and go around to the base and yeah, congratulations BLT Esports for being the best in the best of 3 series. I mean, very